So I guess the mystery is solved with the quarterback situation with the Browns. They made the move with Kenny Pickett, and so I know you're not going to break bad on your brethren and sisterin when it comes to the coverage of Shador Sanders, Albert. But my God, the coverage has been so scattershot and so strange.
I think stupid is the right word.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand.
You want me to break bad? I think it's stupid.
Yeah,
honestly,
it's horrible.
You know what? And here's the thing, guys. I don't necessarily think it's good for him. Do you?
No, we talked about it. It's bad for the kid, and the kid's saying all the right things. It's the media that's saying all the wrong things for Shedeur.
It's just, my personal opinion on this is that the amount of attention has prevented him from being a normal rookie, where he can go and make his mistakes, and he can have his ups and downs, and he can make progress, and he can get through to the season, and he can make the team, and then he can go and do his work, and that's what he needs. And I think every criticism of Shador Sanders that I heard leading up to the draft has come true. Almost all of it. And this is not something that's revisionist history. Like the stuff about him drifting in the pocket and bailing out of the back of the pocket, the stuff about him not being quite up to speed from a football know-how standpoint to where an NFL quarterback is. The stuff about him needing to play faster, like all of it is there. And this is stuff that people were saying to me in March and April, people who are really studying him, and that's why it was, for most people, I think I said this to you guys in April, I can't find anybody who thinks he's a first-round prospect. And that was shocking to some people because we'd all talked about him like he was going in the top 10 last fall. But as far as the people who have their fingers on the trigger, and making these decisions, that's not the way they saw it. And that's what really matters, and so his fall through the first couple rounds of the draft had everything to do with all of that. And then when he starts falling through the third and fourth round, it becomes about everything else. And when I say everything else, I mean everything the Browns are dealing with now. How much have you guys heard about Will Howard? How much have you guys heard about Cam Miller? How much have you guys heard about Riley Leonard? How much have you guys heard about those guys? Those are for day three quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Not a lot.
No.
How much? Good or bad? Nothing, right?
Right.
Those guys have had a chance to develop. Those guys have had a chance to do it behind the scenes. And, I ultimately, here's the thing. Say the Browns need the roster spot at some point this year, and they cut him, right? How many other teams are going to look at this and say, we're staying away because of what's happening this summer? How many teams? A lot, probably, right?
A ton.
If you're in the middle of your season in October, November, let's just say that, you need a quarterback and the Browns need the roster spot. And so the Browns cut him to try to get him through the practice squad. And maybe there would have been this opportunity out there for him to come and play. But this team, let's just say, had a backup quarterback tweak his ankle or they don't like where their young quarterback is, and they want to bring in a young quarterback as a developmental guy, but they're in the playoff hunt. Now, maybe he's being denied that opportunity because the team just doesn't want to deal with everything that's going to come along with him in the middle of their season, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's real stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And trust me, I felt the brunt of it because I've been honest about him, but the reality is I don't think it's really helping him in any way, all this attention on him. So I don't know what the end game is. What I do know is that, part of the reason that the Browns felt comfortable trading Kenny Pickett yesterday was because Dylan Gabriel had shown them he's capable of being a second-string quarterback. So now, all that criticism the Browns got for taking Dylan Gabriel in the third round. Who wound up winning the depth chart battle between Dylan Gabriel and Shador Sanders was Dylan Gabriel.
Correct. Yes.
That's just the reality of where they are. And if people think there's some conspiracy here or whatever else, I don't know. You tell me, right? I saw somebody put up some conspiracy theory about the offensive line looks different when Shedor's in there. Do you think Kevin Stefanski is going up to some third-string offensive lineman who is trying to win a job, and if he doesn't win a job there, has to put good tape out for someone else to pick him up? Do you think he's going up to that lineman and saying, you know what, take your foot off the pedal for these next couple series? It's asinine.
No,
it's crazy.
And actually, just to put it in simple terms, if you're Kevin Stefanski, you're hoping that Shedeur or whoever's in that quarterback room will succeed because you'd love for him that guy to be the next Tom Brady.
Right.
So, that only helps Stefanski, though, right? You want him to succeed.
That's the other thing. Who needs affordable quarterback options more than the Cleveland Browns?
Yep. Right.
Because of that because of the Deshaun Watson thing that's hanging around their neck for the next 2 years, you know? Like, don't you think the Browns would do anything they could to have affordable options at that position? Right? It makes no sense. And I just, you know, in the end, I think Shedeur is going to look back on this in 5 years and regret a lot of it. You know what I mean? Like, I just think it's, and I don't think he's doing a lot wrong, but I think there could be an element of him. I think he could try to tamp a lot of this stuff down. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't think it's been totally fair to him either, you know, but, you know, it's again, like, it's hard not to kind of tie this together with what we saw happen with Tim Tebow, with what we saw happen with Colin Kaepernick, where, I mean, those guys just got too famous and became too much of those guys became lightning rods where other teams, you know, would look at them and say, you know what, like, if we're looking for a backup quarterback, just give me the guy over there. I don't want to deal with all of that.
Hey, as we let you go, Cam Robinson could get traded. Zadarius Smith is out there. You think the Bears are a landing spot for either guy?
I mean, Cam Robinson's interesting. Now, he's been banged up over the course of the summer. I don't know. I mean, maybe you want to give yourself an option there. I still think, like, you know, I think the idea of having the progress stopper, you know, like where, you know, does that impede on the progress of Ozzy Trapilo or some other plans you might have? I don't see that one as much. I do like the idea of Zadarius Smith. Now, a lot of that, of course, is going to come down to what Ben Johnson's experience was with Zadarius last year in Detroit and what he observed. But I think that would be one that would make some sense. Where at the very least, like, he could come in and produce for you on third down when you probably have Dio Ningbo, you know, reducing down to a defensive tackle position.
Hey, man, have a great day. Football's back. Now let's go beat the Horns.
All right. Beat Texas.
That's it, baby. Have a great day.
Albert Breer with us on the Yingling Hotline.
Yingling, the oldest brewery in America.
He must have heard my pronunciation of Dio.
He gave it a shot. Gave it a shot.
I practiced it in Denver.
Yeah.
Dio Odengbo.
Yes.
But I originally was Dio Odebengbo.
Yes. Bongo. I don't know, kid. I don't know what his name is.
Pretty good, kid.
Oh, my God.
Texas, Ohio State. I cannot wait for that game.
Yeah. Put all your thoughts in college football in the thimble. You couldn't even fill it up.
This is true.
Yeah.
I always like to say, what I know about college football, I could put in my eye and have room left to see with.
Yeah. But Ohio State, yep. How about Clemson? You rooting for them too?
I am. Those are my two.
Uh-huh.